Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Cyber Unbound's podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us. We have Mr. Tarun Malhotra, the founder of CyberCops. Mr. Tarun has been in the industry of cybersecurity for over 18 years, and today we are looking forward to having some of the candid conversation with him to learn some of the secrets of cybersecurity industry. Welcome, Mr. Tarun, to the show. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Shikhar, and it's the same here. To be great to be on your channel today on the pod for this podcast. Thank you.
So, Mr. Tarun, let's start from the beginning. What drew you to start your career in cybersecurity? What was a defining moment where you thought that I should start my career in cybersecurity? Could you please give us a brief about that?
Yeah, basically, I started my career because I was very much keen to learn about the technologies. So I started learning with like MCSC, and I started with MCSC, and if you see the oldest version is NT 4.0, which is initially starting of this Windows servers, and then I've used all kind of Windows like NT 4.0, Windows like 2000, then 2000 like 23, and then so on till now. We are using Active Directory now, and I also worked on novel netware, where he was found out to be work on the technical aspects of how network works. So I try to understand OSI model. Then I learned CCNA, CCNP. From there, I started my journey, and I found very interesting. This field is actually how packets move from one system to another system. If person even not in the location, LAN, WAN, and MAN and CAN, campus area network, local area network, wide area network. So from there, I started my career and started learning about this, technology of networking, of communication. Then like after that, I did this, that PG diploma in mobile and fiber optics technology, where I was also keen to learn about, how fiber optics works in 2000, in year 2000. So cyber optics is the very much popular, and everybody says, okay, so fiber is there and we can extend the network for so long. So I joined MIT and learned fiber optics and mobile network communication, CDMA, GSM, how mobile works, how we get signal in the mobile. And then from there, I shifted to my career towards security and compliance. So I worked with, HCL Technology and various other Australian and American based companies in their NOC and SOC, where we are monitoring their, banking systems and some other, critical mission critical infrastructure in NOC. And after that, I started learning compliances, US based compliances like HIPAA, then GDPR for European Union, then IS 27001, and the security aspect like NIST framework, COVID from ISACA. So I got started, certification in CISA, like CSOM, Certified Information Security Manager, and then Palo Alto Certified Expert, and then, data center operation manager, and then data protection officer from Copenhagen, Denmark, and so on. I keep learning. And recently, I did my, diploma in cyber law, one of the, institution here in India from Maharashtra. So yeah, so because of that, like I was keep learning the new things and keep evolving the near the security and the communication. And somehow, I made my career as a, I guess you can say, I'm a network expert. I know how packets move, and then cybersecurity expert with the knowledge of compliances and the auditing skills for any kind of audit like HIPAA, HITRUST, GDPR, SOC 2, or ISO 27001. So, yeah, so like this, I started my career, and yeah, it's almost 18 plus years, and now it's 20 plus years, you can say, because I started this CyberCops 3 years back. So on that time, I was 18 years experience. Now it's to almost 20, 21 years of experience.
Got it. So, because you mentioned that you have over 21 years of work experience, was there
Mhm.
ever a defining moment in your career where you thought that, oh, cybersecurity is actually my true calling? Because you have so much knowledge within the IT sector.
So no, it's by default happened, because I was in networks, so I was managing data centers and servers and firewalls, and suddenly, clients asking for the security. and compliance for that firewall or servers, and there's multiple compliance for data protection, data privacy. So then automatically I started shifting towards, I shifted my career towards, compliance and cybersecurity perspective and start learning the things. And it was happened, automatically because I have knowledge on the network. So if we know how network works, we can know how need to be secure that network, you know. So yeah, it's automatically happened. So it's nothing I have tried to change the track and come into security. No, if network is there, we need to be make it secure and safe, and that is the demand of the era now.
Right. So now, because
Yeah.
you mentioned that you have done a lot of cybersecurity certifications like CISM, you have
Mm-hmm.
done diploma in cyber law. Now, because
Mm-hmm.
cybersecurity industry is constantly evolving every single day, there are new zero-day exploits emerging. How do you
Right.
personally constantly stay ahead of this cybersecurity curve, and how do you keep learning about cybersecurity each day?
See, so they are see this is evolving, every day, and new kind of attacks are happening. So because we keep updating ourselves by getting, like zero day is a new terminology now. So it's this zero trust principle. Zero trust is a new terminology where which says that never trust, always verify. So we have, like, whatever the new terminology and technology coming in the picture. So I keep studying on that. So recently I'm doing the data protection, like data DPDPO, like, course curriculum I got, and I'm studying on DPDP Act from the Indian government. This compliance is coming now. So to be a certified auditor for that. So like in that we are getting a lot of things to be learned, about Data Protection Act, which is need to be apply in India. And then there are multiple other things, like, to be keep study and keep see on online what is happening around us, what kind of new APT, advanced persistent threats are coming, and learning, from studying some logs from the firewalls or from the servers within SOC technology with SIM and SOAR tools. We got to know, okay, these kind of new attacks or techniques used by the attackers, and we need to protect our network accordingly. So yeah, so keep enhancing our knowledge automatically.
So around 2 to 3 years back, you started CyberCops. So what
Mhm.
actually motivated you to start CyberCops, and what was the market gap did you notice, which motivated you to start your own startup?
uh I never think about I'm going to be open a company, and I was always, like, working as an employee and giving my 100% to the organizations to make them safe and secure. But suddenly, there's some change or shift happened in my life, and I just thought about to quit from the job and to switch the job to another company. And suddenly, when I'm switching the job, so I start getting the work, like some people or some companies calling me who know me and know my work. That okay, we need cyber security services, compliance services. We got attacked by ransomware. If you can investigate and find a solution and just help us out. So before opening the company, before getting the the name and all, I start getting work. So then when I was a certified auditor on that time, I did CISA and CSAM, and then I did CDPSC also from Misaka. So because I'm a certified auditor, I can write a reports to the people and the organizations. So I start doing audit. Then I slowly, gradually found my company name and registered my company, and then I came to the as a full-time self-employed kind of thing, and then hire people. Now we have employee, we're working for SOC, Security Operations Center, and auditors who do audits and configure organization firewall infrastructure and make it safe and secure.
Got it. So you mentioned that CyberCops is totally focusing on providing cybersecurity compliances and cybersecurity solutions. Now, one of the mission of CyberCop is also to provide cybersecurity and make it easy, simple, and affordable. Now, while providing advanced cybersecurity solutions to companies, did you face any challenges while maintaining that promise?
No, not right now, because we always promise on the company's organization if we able to, make it sure, you know. And if we are expertise, then only we will get the work, from them, or we say yes to work on that particular thing. And we always try to maintain the quality of the services, and that's why my first client is still my client after 3 years. So we are serving to our clients which are connected once to us, and they have seen our services, because we not only help in auditing or getting them compliant, but also help them to make their infrastructure align with security framework, with policy procedures, because cybersecurity is not a one-day job. It's a cat and mouse race. You have to be follow the policy procedures. If it is get fail, suppose if the firewall is not get patch update, if server is not patch update, it's vulnerable. And if they're not following policy, it may be attacked anytime, any day. So that's we make cybersecurity the culture for our compliance, for our company, for our clients, so that they can sustain the level of cybersecurity. And we help them to be align their all the departments to follow that particular framework according to the whatever compliance they're looking for, like HIPAA, or they are following NIST framework, or COVID from ISACA, or DPDP Act. And no, we didn't find any challenge. It's going very smooth, and like fine, so no issues.
Right. Now you mentioned that your first customer is still your customer today. Now, in
Yeah.
your journey of cyber cops, every entrepreneur faces some challenges or some hurdle. So, did you face any challenge or hurdle in your personal journey with cyber cops, and how did you overcome it?
So till now, I mean, by God grace, I have not faced any hurdles, any issues, and even demand is getting more day by day. And because in this cyber cops, we are not limited to particular one services. It's kind of one roof stop shop, you can say. If somebody looking for compliance services, any global compliances, national, international, we will provide. If somebody looking for only implementation of cybersecurity, we'll provide that. Somebody looking for the NIST framework, or somebody looking for the policy procedure development, or their employees trainings and workshops. So we are doing like multiple workshops nowadays, and with various organizations, big and small. We did few events in like in the biggest cities like Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, to the tech guys, And it was we got a very massive, huge, good response. They're saying you are giving us you're making cybersecurity easy and handy, because cybersecurity is something which need to be make small things correct, and right posture, and need to be follow the guidelines and procedures, and that is cybersecurity. So yeah, I think it's going fine. Nothing is a challenge. Even nowadays we are getting lots of calls to provide workshops to the people and the organizations with various departments. We sometimes also work with police department or government departments, universities, colleges, and yeah, of course, with the entrepreneurs or the enterprises, for employees too. Because awareness is very much important nowadays. As we say, like we are if people are like aware, they are safe. Awareness is only cure to the to get safe. So that's why employees are first line of defense. If they got trained, they are aware, they can protect from the any kind of phishing attacks, spam, spoof email issues, and all. I can say it will take time to build a good revenue model or give huge revenue, but yeah, still till now we are going fine.
Got it. So, you mentioned that through cyber cops, you have hosted workshops with Indian police. Now, you have traveled to countries like US. Like, do you see that Indian police lacks somewhere with their cybersecurity training and infrastructure in comparison to policing in US?
I can't say anything on that, because I have not worked with the American police. I don't know what they are doing and how they work. But yeah, for here, I mean, like in India, police is also doing their best. They are getting lots of complaints. So they are like, if you see the national level, there may be a more than 30, 35,000, 40,000 complaint a day. more than that also. And then if you talk about a state getting 5,000, 6,000 complaints, okay, it may be a huge ratio, but because of AI and the scammers are playing with the psychology of the people, and they are sending messages for some greed, something in discount, or getting the money double, or maybe creating urgency, or they are creating a fear factor of like getting like digital arrest, or you pay your bill today or click on this link as your electricity going to be disconnect. So these kind of tricks scammers are playing, and people sometimes are innocent, so they unable to understand the tricks because everybody having mobile phone and getting messages and SMS and all. So that's why the crime is on rise. Police is trying their best. Yeah, but we also work sometimes with police officials to be to provide and create a awareness in society, because awareness is very much important. And by if people are aware, they can save themselves. If they know the tricks about the scammers, they are doing scam with the people. So that we are doing few of the things with the police officers, like to or to create awareness in the society. And yeah.
So, because you're primarily into compliance and awareing companies and people about cybersecurity, do you think
Mhm.
cybersecurity is especially important for small businesses? And do you think in India, small businesses are actually um, are treating cybersecurity and having an importance over cybersecurity?
Yeah, definitely. Like if a small company, big company, or an enterprise grade company, so they are everybody having data. So data is a new fuel to the business. So data is very important for the small company or big company. So nowadays, we are also serving the small companies, and which are like, having 200 or 500 or 1,000 employees kind of companies, or maybe 50 employees too. So they also know if they can safe and secure the data privacy, data protection, then they can only grow in that way. Because a single incident can be a big issue, can be a reputation damage for the company, and can be a financial loss too. People are able to understand now, like the entrepreneurs are able to understand they need to be go with security. So now IT is shifting towards all security. If somebody pitch for the projects in US, UK, or anywhere in the globally, or maybe India also, so client first asks, what is your cyber security policy, what is the compliance policy, how you protect my data, how you protect yourself. That is the first step. So that's why, it's not about the big or small company. Everybody need a cyber security. Sometimes companies thinks about, I'm a small company. Do I need a cyber security? Yes. Everybody needs a cyber security. Even a single person to till small to big company, everybody needs cyber security because we are connected to digital world. We are having data in mobile, laptop, desktop servers. So that is need to be protected.
Because you have served a variety of different companies and you serve companies that are small and big, what are some common mistakes which you look at these companies making while protecting their digital assets?
Yeah, so the common mistake we have found sometimes companies, they got configured firewall but not using any endpoint protection, EDR, XDR, to protect their host or their workstation. And sometimes they ask us, okay, if we have firewall, why we need antivirus, why we need endpoint. So then we able to we just explain them, or we try to get understand that firewall is going to protect your gateway, whatever traffic coming from internet, in and out. But whereas your antivirus or endpoint will be going to be say, protect you from the malware, or kind of a spyware attack or Trojan horse and all. Your firewall is not going to protect your systems with the Trojan horse or maybe the malware, spyware. So that's why it goes hands on hand. So we'll explain these type of things. Sometimes they don't have servers to to impose any policies for like password policies, or any kind of to restrict about their admin rights and all. So they give admin access to the systems, and systems and workstations and all. So these are basic small things, where if these kind of infrastructure are there, so anybody can attack on that, can be compromised easily because it's so vulnerable. So, and most of the time, we sometimes we see the small companies, they don't aware about these kind of security things, and they are working in a traditional way as they are using the network. Earlier, just put a system or laptop or servers and start, connected with the internet and start doing the surfing. Even, not they are not regulating the internet traffic and blocking the non-business websites. It may be a multiple website which can be vulnerable if somebody can open, employee can open on their system. Can be any kind of malware and virus attack, can be ransomware attack. So these are things which companies need to be take care, and yeah, we guiding, organizations to follow all those things.
So because there's an increase in common malwares, for example, ransomware, there's an increase in phishing attacks,
Mhm.
insider threats. In your experience, what is the most common form of attack which companies are facing today, and how can they be protected from it?
So common attacks, it's phishing or a spam email. And 91% attacks are happen through phishing or spam spoof emails. Because here hackers and scammers are not attacking or compromising the device, but compromising the person or the people. And they always look for the weakest point, weakest link. It may be a employee, maybe admin or HR. So they will try to send any kind of malicious email or spoof email with the name of some employee or CEO to HR and asking some favor or want to click on some link to get install some malware and spyware. And once that's installed, so from there they will start the game. And they can be a rat, remote like remote accessible, this technique and all. So from there they can see all the activities and to whom they send emails, and you know then they'll start playing from these things, these tactics. So 91% are attacks happening because of spam, spoof email. The phishing is a major thing which need to be avoided, where people are getting lots of spam. If you check with any employees or company, they say the ratio of the getting spam is so high and rise.
Right. So because AI is transforming cybersecurity and it's changing how cybersecurity functions, do you
Mhm.
think AI will also evolve how traditional compliances within cybersecurity functions?
Yeah, definitely. As I always address AI like a knife, if knife can use to make a good Caesar salad but kill somebody, same like a AI. AI is something which is used for a good, like good side. Like Chat GPT is a common example. Everybody using is it as a handy, and they are doing for their projects and stuffs and all. But on opposite side, you see there's a hack GPT, worm GPT, where hackers are making worms and more sophisticated attacks on the people and the organization. So yeah, so the good and pros and cons of both for AI. And yeah, but AI is also helpful. Like if you see the same as SOAR, all the tools are based on this AI. If it's Splunk, Radar, NetWitness, so they ingest the logs, and through the intelligence, it tries to find out if some attacks coming from outside to the firewall. So at least we'll get to know, and we can mitigate the risk on the spot. So it's a both side of AI.
So do you believe AI can ever fully replace human intuition for detecting and
Mm,
mitigating cyber attacks, or will it
no,
always be a collaborator?
no, it's going to be a collaborator. Like a human intervention is always required. It may be a true false or false true kind of alert also sometime, right? And maybe hackers try to manipulate it, because sometimes they're trying to match the rules, security rules on firewalls, and it may be a false positive or true positive situation. So who will going to be decide on that situation? Is AI is able to decide that is a false positive or true positive? No. So human is required to take a decision and to mitigate the risk. Even something if it is a false positive, it can be a risk, where if AI take a wrong decision, can again a big threat, big can be a big attack. So that's why human intervention is always required with AI. We
So as
can't fully
AI,
rely.
right. So as AI is keep on evolving, what form of new cyber attacks do you think which companies need to prepare for?
So see, as I told you that So we are using Chat GPT and we think about we are smart, but hackers are smarter than us. So they have Hack GPT, they have Warm GPT. So they are making more sophisticated and you know very niche kind of emails or programs, so that we'll unable to identify from which source the email came from. It seems like actual from the person. Then AI is also using in deepfake. Multiple incident happen where deepfake videos are in picture, and there incident happen where there's a meeting going on. There's CFO, managers, and everybody is there. And suddenly CEO come to the meeting and he says to CFO, "I have a very urgent work." He said, "So just tell me." He said, "Just transfer this much of $1 million to the particular company." He said, CFO said, "Sir, is it? Are you really want this to be, because this is a big amount?" He said, "Yes, yes, yes." And CFO transferred the money. And once next day, the CEO came to the office and he asked to see, like CEO came to the office and asked to CFO, "Where's the money?" Then he says, "Sir, you asked me to transfer the money." He said, "When?" "Yesterday, in the meeting." So when the investigation done and found that there was not CEO, it was somebody else who morph and deepfake through deepfake AI technology, changed the face and voice of the person to in like pretending like a CEO, and this did this kind of fraud. There are other multiple kind of frauds are happening, where the financial fraud, where the celebrity like Mukesh Ambani, Akshay Kumar, or Shah Rukh Khan, they come to the video and are saying, "Okay, invest in this fund. This is I we also doing the same, and we have double our money and all." And people are just believing on these deepfake videos, and they are investing and they are losing money and in crores. I got one call from one of the city from Ludhiana. So not Ludhiana, it's Jalandhar. The lady lost 70 lakh rupees, by doing the money double or triple. So I always say that there is nothing shortcut, there's nothing free in the life. If somebody giving you offers or it seems to be good, it pretend to be a scam. He offer seems to be good, to be true. It's maybe probably a scam. So don't believe and rely on these kind of offers, or deepfake videos are in rise. So always think about the things which you are seeing in the digital world. It may be not true. So I always say the thumb rule when I give workshops: stop, think, and connect. When we drive a car and we see red light, green light, or yellow light, and see on both the side of roads, but once we are on the digital world, on surfing on net, so we never think about the danger or the risk of the scam or any kind of manipulation by the hacker or scammers. So that's why always be cautious and stop, think, and connect. If it seems reliable and the correct link, or or connection, or the website.
Got it. So just to shift gears, cybersecurity engineers. So there's a survey out in the industry that there's a huge skill gap for cybersecurity,
Mm-hmm.
and in today's industry, it's very hard to find skilled professional cybersecurity engineers. Why do you think such shortage is occurring out in the industry?
Okay, so there's a big gap. If somebody want to make career right now in cybersecurity, so what he need to be do, or what he will find when he search on the Google? Can you tell me what's your answer?
Probably skills.
No, if somebody want to make career in cybersecurity, he search something on Google about some course curriculum or some content. What he'll get first?
Some kind of outdated course.
CH, ethical
Yeah.
hacking, penetration testing. So right now, all the professionals in cybersecurity, they are just making, they want to make a career in CEH or OWASP or maybe other any kind of. So that is a offensive side of a security, right? So if it's a ethical hacker and he say, okay, to the company, "Sir, I want a job. Can you give me a job?" Nobody gives the job. Why? Because if hackers come to the company and he know all the loopholes, so he can also manipulate the organization. So nobody want to hire the hacker, but they want to hire the data protection officer, a defender who will defend their infrastructure. Okay, their firewall, their servers, their endpoint, EDR, XDR, SOC, or NOC. Not the hacker. or the like penetration tester who will do penetration testing in the infrastructure and know each and everything for the loopholes. And suppose if that employee left the job, but he know everything. So that's why we have to educate people or the organization or the institution make more data protection officer in the society, not the hackers or the penetration tester. It's a 20% of the security, not the whole cyber security. These are two aspects, external surface and internal surface in cyber security. External surface is something which is a penetration tester or hacker is sitting outside. But what about the people who are sitting inside, the IT team or the CISOs or the security managers? What they need to be performed in the environment is firewall servers, data centers, how to protect that, how to follow the compliance. That is a big gap. That's why people are unable to understand what to do in cybersecurity and how to make a career.
Right. So you mentioned that how people need to focus on building skills within SOC, and there's a clear gap out in the industry.
Yeah,
So what practical,
not only SOC, but as a data protection officer, how to protect data privacy, data protection, and all.
right? So what practical advice would you give to someone if they want to break into cybersecurity? And do you think certifications in cybersecurity are actually relevant? Do you think data protection officer certification, CSSP, OSCP, with a given cost structure, do you think they are still valuable for students to do it, or should they focus on practical skills?
See, certification is always required. So if somebody want a job, if you say I know practically, I know everything, but I'm not certified, so there's going to be a like you know credibility is going to be a less. Like you can say 50-60%. If somebody says, okay, I am a certified data protection officer, certified penetration tester, and I know practical, I know theoretical, I have this certification, so the credibility is going to be high. So yeah, with study, with education, certification is always required. It's always mandatory to be certified. It is good side, and the practical is so much also required. Practical is actually how to implement the controls within the infrastructure for security.
So, because CyberCops focuses on giving out cybersecurity workshops to institutions,
Mhm.
to Indian government, do you think there are any plans or initiatives in place to nurture new cybersecurity talent?
Yeah, definitely. We are getting lots of calls from interns, and we are also signed MOU with some of the universities. We are trying to make this change, and let them know, just teach students about a data protection side also, as a making them a defender, not a on the offensive side or only on the offensive side of security. So it's a combination of both. So yeah, we are working in that way also.
So, for us at Cyber Unbound, what we do is that we connect cybersecurity talent, vetted cybersecurity talent, with companies who needs
Mm-hmm.
these professionals fast. Now, what are
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts on such platforms like Cyber Unbound, which exist out in the industry? Would you be comfortable hiring from such a platform, or do you think there are still some gaps out in the industry?
So definitely, if the platform like you cyber outbound, so that is required because you itself is a you have knowledge of cyber security. So you can if you can do scrutiny of any kind of profile, or you will go to be scan a person with technical aspects. So you will be a better first phase of the the recruitment process or for the selection process. And if something comes from your company office, of course is going to be a perfect kind of thing. Then rest that depends on the expectation of the customer side, what they are required, what they're looking for. And then all depends on the technical aspect from the the candidate. But yeah, this kind of platform is really required to make some kind of ecosystem. Yeah,
Oh, thank you for that compliment over there. So,
you're
because
welcome.
you host workshops with Indian government as well as institutions and private companies, do you think
Mhm.
there's some sort of need for collaboration between private companies and government agencies to mitigate some of the large-scale cybersecurity attacks?
Yeah, definitely. I think because this as field is evolving every day, we are getting new attack vector, new techniques and tools developed by the scammers or the hackers using AI. So if the both of the combination of government and private industry, in the picture, can go hands on hand and can be a next level to fight against these kind of cyber warfare in like cyber crime and so fraud, so financial fraud and all happening in the digital world. Yeah, that is also a good thing to be if something, all collaboration between government and private companies.
Looking ahead, how do you see cybersecurity industry evolving in the next 5 to 10 years? And are there any new trends or new industries which excites you the most?
Right now, like, cybersecurity and AI is going to be a next kind of a technology in boom for next 5 years, where everything is getting, smart. We have smart TV, smartphone, smart device like smart car, smart meter, smart grid. So if you're getting more smart, so these all smart, devices require security. If suppose you have smart car or maybe smart TV, its OS is old and it's connected to internet. It's like, every device, if it's a IoT device, it having one of the operating system which is working behind the scene to make it smart. And every program which is made till now, hacker want to crack that and the vendor want to secure that. So if vulnerability find by the hacker or the scammer, which is called zero-day exploit, can be a big issue across the world. So that's why security is required because we are going to a smarter world, getting all the smart gadgets. So security is required. So I always say cybersecurity for AI and AI for cybersecurity both are required. If it's the smart car, there are driverless cars I have seen in US. If it's come to India or anywhere else, so it's all smart device running through AI or maybe some other machine learning or some intelligence. The machine intelligence is there, which got trapped or hacked or program is manipulate. What is going to be happen? It can be a collide. It can be going to sea or a river. So that all requires security and everything requires security. Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, what's next for CyberCops? Are there any exciting projects, collaboration initiatives which your followers should keep an eye out for this year?
Yeah. So we are coming like in an audit and for security, we are now also partner with most of the companies like Palo Alto or Sophos or Fortinet or Cisco and and Trend Micro and CrowdStrike. So we are also working with these brands or organizations to deploy their applications for the companies to make them safe and secure. So this is something we are also coming into the implementation part. So we are whatever we are implementing through cybersecurity framework. And yeah, for this workshop, so we have made some modules for specifically for like cybersecurity training for HR department specific to, and then for decision makers and for that core IT team. See, if IT team makes policy procedure for compliance or cybersecurity, they can't impose it. So who's the department who will impose the security policy in the organization? That is HR. And HR should also understand the importance of cybersecurity, and it goes hand in hand between top management, IT, and HR. If some employee come to join to the organization, so and cybersecurity compliance should be a part of the induction program. So he or she should know what is the data mission data critical they are working on. It may be a US based or a UK based or maybe Indian based database, and how which compliance they fall under and how to maintain the data privacy, data protection. So we have also like coming for these kind of programs for these kind of like and like you can say the niche program for the like HR and all, because nobody think about cybersecurity can start with HR also, with top decision makers also, or for operation team, for the employees, or for the IT team. So it's a shared responsibility, not only the IT team job to be just make safe and secure. A single click by the employee can be a disaster, can be ransomware attack, malware attack, or spyware attack. If they are aware, they may save and they can help IT team to get protect by raising the incident reports or incident management by the IT team and the real time mitigation of the risk.
Got it. And are there any final thoughts or advices which you would like to share with your followers who might be watching this podcast today?
So the my advice is, for the personal security, always be cautious, be aware, stop, think, and connect. As I already said, if you are surfing something in digital world, if you get lots of messages daily on WhatsApp, on SMS, or emails, a single link can be a disaster, can be a device compromise through which hacker scammer can steal your all data, contacts, your photographs, your personal information. And they can see now nowadays they have made some program which is highly sophisticated kind of attack, APT attacks, where they can see your screen also. When we have heard sometimes people say we have never share our OTP, but still we have lost the money because they can see the screen like any desk and TV program is there, so they can make some program which can be installed and back behind the scene by clicking on the link. That's the kind of personal security. Be aware and be safe. And for the people who are running organization, keep following the cybersecurity policy procedures and compliance framework within your organization, and always try to see the both side of any kind of message you get from the unknown source. And if you kind of link before clicking on the link, just check if it may be a spam or maybe a phishing attack. There are multiple sites like Virus Total. You can just always scan the link from there. If you found this may be unknown source and be a phishing or spam link, and keep updating your devices, your firewall firmwares, your Windows servers, your EDR, XDR. Keep checking your logs, security vulnerabilities. It's like a cat and mouse race. You have to be on toe and keep maintaining your security every day, every hours, every month or weekly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tarun, for sharing so many different advices and so many different insights within the world of cybersecurity, compliance, risk management. It was a pleasure to have you today, and I'm sure a lot of your followers will learn a lot about you and CyberCops. So thank you so much for taking out time today.
Thank you, Shikhar, and it's a pleasure to be on your channel today for this podcast on Cyber Unbound. And as we have met earlier, and a very good conversation about cyber security, and I hope we will keep awareing people about these kind of small things and make the world a cyber safe and make some secure society. Thank you, Shikhar.